NodeJS is a server-side, asynchronous, event-driven JavaScript runtime environment. Let's break this sentence down. NodeJS is a server-side application. This means that it's an application that runs on a server. Asynchronous and event-driven, which means that this application can perform multiple tasks while the main thread is running. Let me explain better. In classic server-side applications like PHP, we have the classic interaction model between client and server. For every client query, PHP initializes the applications, perform the database connection, initialize the configuration parameters and the HTML rendering. This means that in the meantime that PHP waits for the response from the database, the only thing that PHP can do is to wait for that response. Node.js manages tasks differently. Imagine Node.js as an application that continuously looks for something to do, like a to-do list inside an infinite loop. Every time that node meets an operation for which it must receive a response, put a reminder at the end of the checklist. So, in the meantime that node waits for that response, his loop continues to run and perform all the tasks that must be performed. When node meets his reminder, go check if the response has come back from the database. If it's true, node performed that task. It's a JavaScript runtime environment. Node.js is built with C and C++ and is built on top of the V8 Chrome engine. Modern computers understand only machine code. The V8 engine is a type of JavaScript interpreter embedded in your Google Chrome browser, and it's able to compile JavaScript down to native machine code and execute it. When you debug your JavaScript code in the browser developer console, you are interacting with V8. Node.js works in the same way. It looks for some JavaScript file and sends it to an embedded JavaScript engine that will execute the code. If you want to set up a very basic Node environment, first of all you need to download Node.js from its official website. My advice is to download the LTS version, which is the stable one. If you want to check if Node has been installed correctly, you must open the Windows prompt and digit node -- version. Once you have installed Node, open a new folder with your favorite text editor and create a new server.js file and a new index.html file. Here we can paste the code that we find in the Node.js About section. Then we can run a new terminal and digit node server.js. If you go on your browser and visit the address localhost on port 3000, you will see the message hello world. But this is a pretty useless example. Let's try to render an entire HTML page using only Node.js. To achieve our goal, we need another Node.js module called fs. fs allows us to read and manipulate files on our Node server. Now we need to use the read file method, which requires 3 arguments: the path, the encoding standard, and a function with 2 arguments: the error and the data that we will read inside the file. Now the only thing that we must do is to pass those data as the rest.end argument and change the content type to HTML. Now we must write some HTML on our index.html file and save it. Open a new terminal and restart our server. Open the browser at the address localhost on port 3000 and you will see that your HTML has been rendered. As you can see, it's possible to add some CSS, but only directly on the HTML page. If you try to link some file, you will notice that this not work only because our server is not able to understand what to do with content types that are different from HTML. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Let me know in the comment below on which topic you want the next video. We will see the next one.